Start initially by breathing into your chest, drawing it forward and then up, bending the spine lightly. On your exhalation, press your back towards the back of the room, rounding the spine and bringing your rib cage towards your pubic bone. Actions very similar to cat-cow, but just in a seated position. All of the movements that we'll do, you either do 5 to 10 times or hold for 5 to 10 breaths. Camel pose, hands come to the low back, elbows squeeze towards each other, and soften your way back. If you feel any pinching in the low back, rise up at least a bit until you're able to lengthen and generate lift from the low spine. After 5 breaths, neutralize. This entire sequence is progressive, so if you need to go back a step or stay at the same step, you are more than welcome to. The next variation, the hands walk down the back of the thighs, deepening the bend into the thoracic spine, and we find 5 breaths with the hands either on the back of the thighs or making their way all the way down to the back of the knees. Rising up slowly, keeping the bend in the spine, chin lifted away from the chest. Throughout the sequence, trying to maintain that and not forward round until you're ready to finish back bending. As you progress back to the hands on the heels, try not to let the hips dip back too far, but focus on the continued opening of the front side body. If the hips drop back towards the heels, go back a step and stay there. In camel pose, breathe especially deeply into the chest to continue to open the spine and heart space. As we head into some of the deeper bends upcoming, these may well be your stopping points. Trust them. For advanced camel, bending the spine intensely, dropping the head down towards the floor, a few times lifting the head and setting it down. I do one in the video. You're welcome to do this as many times as you can, activating the quadriceps. Always neutralizing, but keeping the spine and chin lifted away from the chest. Spine long, chin away from the chest. Advanced camel with the hands down. So the head doesn't need to touch in this variation. It's more so to just get the shoulders activated, curling the toes to prepare for the final step, which will be advanced camel to wheel. Elbows still squeezed together. Try not to come up with a rush or any strain, but let the quadriceps and activation of the hips tracking forward draw you forward. Now advanced camel into wheel, very important. Notice the tuck of the toes. As you go back, remember you're headed to wheel, so the hands go pretty far back, so that way when you push up, you find yourself into your wheel position. Heels can plant down as you take your 5 or so breaths, expanding into the heart space. When you want to transition back out, you come up onto the toes, trust the weight forward, plant the knees, and ride the momentum up. At this point, take a forward fold. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, share it out there. Thanks so much for following. Love you guys.